Here are 7 stories of good cops doing amazing things, starting with this officer who had to break a car window to prevent a tragedy.
It's not really.
On March 18, 2018, Officer Andrew Gilcrease from the Atlanta Police Department responded to a call about a 1-year-old child who was locked inside a car. Unfortunately, the child's grandmother, who had parked the car to do some shopping, accidentally left the keys inside, and the car locked with her granddaughter still inside. The situation was already terrifying, but there was one thing that made it even worse. The temperature that day was around 86 degrees Fahrenheit, and it was even hotter inside the car. Firefighters had already been called, but every minute that passed could have been fatal for the little girl. The officers had to act fast. It was a tough decision because if anything went wrong, they could be held responsible for not waiting for the rescue team. That's when Officer Andrew decided to break the car window himself.
Other end. Yep. It's not really. Hey, you okay? You okay? You okay?
Right, I just tell them I put my keys on the seat and it automatically locks.
Door handles up front.
Right here on the side, you see my keys are right there.
Thankfully, they acted fearlessly and followed their instincts. The girl wasn't hurt at all and was quickly pulled from the car by her grandmother. After breaking the window and saving the child from the heat and a tragic end, these incredible officers took a moment to talk with the little girl and her grandmother to make sure everything was okay.
Oh,
Hey, sweetie.
say hi.
Give me 5. Oh, you got other things to do right now. You okay,
Yeah.
sweetie?
Oh, goodness.
You ain't hit her, did it?
No, she good.
Since the grandmother's keys were on the front seat, it was clear there was no negligence on her part, just a terrible accident. Both the grandmother and granddaughter went on their way, and no charges were filed. This officer got quite a shock when he found an abandoned child. She had just been kidnapped.
You okay? Akron police, come out! Hey! Police!
On March 1st, 2024, police located a parked vehicle in Akron, Ohio, that was part of an Amber Alert issued earlier that day. A 54-year-old man named Larry Spencer had stolen a pickup truck outside a dollar store, but what he didn't realize was that there was a 2-year-old child in the back seat. When Larry noticed the child, he decided to ditch the truck on a random corner and flee, leaving behind the confused toddler who had no idea what was happening. The incident happened at around 2:11 p.m., and thanks to the quick response of law enforcement, the Amber Alert was issued about 30 minutes later. When an alert like this is issued, all officers get notified. The media is required to broadcast it on TV, and the entire city becomes aware of the situation. This widespread attention helped locate the child. Just after 3:30 p.m., an Akron police officer found the truck and the child was finally rescued.
What's your name, buddy? You okay? Here, what's your name? You don't know your name? Alright. Here, let me get you out of this car seat. You okay? It's okay, let me get you out of the car seat.
Savings with My Purse. Find your My Personality.
You want to sip your water? You're okay. You want to get out? You want to stay in your car seat? I'm a police officer. I'm here to help you, buddy. Oh, that's okay.
15 minutes isn't long.
Hold on, let me turn this radio down. It's okay. Here, I'm gonna take you out. Okay, it's okay. Let's get you out of here. It's okay. Your jammies wet. It's okay. Shh. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay, buddy. Are you hungry?
No.
Okay, we're gonna get you to your daddy, all right, buddy?
Okay.
The little boy was disoriented with so many strangers suddenly around him. But once he realized the officer was there to help, he couldn't hold back his emotions and cried a lot. Fortunately, the officer who found him also had a young child, which helped him handle the situation and comfort the boy until his father arrived to pick him up. While they were caring for the child, officers received word over the radio that the suspects had been found by another task force.
Akron police, come out! Hey, Akron police!
They got him. Well, hold on. Stand by. All right, have a seat, boss.
Thankfully, that nightmare came to an end. The 2-year-old boy who had spent nearly an hour alone in the stolen truck was returned to his family unharmed. As for Larry Spencer, he was charged with multiple crimes, including kidnapping, child abduction, and grand theft auto. This officer rescued a child and decided to adopt her.
She means everything. Absolutely everything to me.
It all started when Officer Brian Zach responded to a call about a 2-year-old girl who had been abused by her mother and her mother's boyfriend in Kingman, Arizona. By the time Brian arrived, the 2 predators had already been arrested. But there was a unique challenge in this case. Who would take care of the little girl? Body camera footage captured the moment Officer Zach met the girl, and that's where it all began. He immediately noticed that despite her young age, the child already carried the scars of a tough life. One of her eyes was swollen, there was dried blood in both of her ears, and her face was covered in bruises. Yet, even after everything she had been through, she was a happy little girl, a 2-year-old with her whole life ahead of her. Brian decided to take the girl with him back to the station, and that's where a beautiful bond started to form. While waiting for social services to arrive, Officer Zach and the girl, Kyla, watched a children's movie together. Kyla loved the idea, and now that she was safe, she even felt comfortable enough to hold Brian's hand, showing how much she trusted him. When his shift ended, Officer Zach went home, but he couldn't stop thinking about the little girl he had left behind. The next day, he called the station to check in on her, only to be asked a life-changing question.
Would you like to adopt little Kyla?
It turned out there was no one else to care for her, so social services offered Brian a chance to become her guardian. It was an incredible moment. They had only met a few days earlier, and within the same week, Zach became her new dad. 2 years later, the adoption was finalized, giving Brian the certainty that Kyla would be loved and cared for the rest of her life. In this situation, a police officer risked his life to save residents from a burning apartment building.
No, bro. No, we gotta... Hey, fire! Get out!
In the early hours of November 29, 2020, officers in Tomah, Wisconsin, responded to a call about an apartment building on fire. When the first officers arrived, flames were already pouring out of a second-story window, where some residents were still asleep and unaware of the danger. Outside, one of the apartment's tenants, where the fire started, was standing nearby.
Hey, let's Each side. Get everybody out, each side, each building. I don't give a about your phone. Does anybody live in this building here?
Yeah, there's people that live next to me. Should I get them out?
What do you mean, in your building?
There's 2 people that live next door to me.
At first, he seemed more worried about retrieving his phone than the safety of his neighbors or the pets left inside. This frustrated the officers who were focused on saving lives. But once he realized how serious the situation really was, the man caused more trouble by trying to climb the building to rescue his cat.
2 dogs in the rear apartment, 2 cats in the front.
At that moment, the officers risked their own lives by entering the smoke-filled building to rescue both residents and pets trapped inside. It quickly became clear how challenging this would really be.
Wow. No, bro. No, we gotta... Hey, fire! Get out! Fire! Get out!
Dude, my cats are in there.
Fire! Get out!
Dude, you gotta help me get my cats.
Get outside! Fire! Get out! Get out of here. Fire! Get out!
One officer, determined to save as many lives as possible, braved the thick smoke to wake neighbors and get them out of the building.
Fire! Get out! Where's the fire? Get out of here. Get out! Get low! Get low!
Get out! There's a fire!
Get low! Get low! Get out of here! Fire! Get out!
Where are the dogs?
Come on, hey, it's going! It's going!
Fire! Fire! Everyone out!
The smoke was so overwhelming that the officer was forced to leave the building to catch his breath. Still, he knew his efforts would be worth it if it meant saving lives. But not all residents cooperated. One woman from another apartment showed little urgency to leave, which frustrated everyone. Instead of escaping immediately, she focused on her frightened dogs, locking them in the bathroom because they were panicking from all the noise.
Lucy, get out!
Get out! Get out!
Get down! Get down! Get low! Get low! Let's go, kids here.
Where are your dogs?
They probably hid in my bedroom. They don't like yelling.
Both she and the tenant from the first apartment made questionable decisions to protect their pets, but they later regretted their actions.
My cats are in there.
The second apartment out.
Meanwhile, the officer who had inhaled smoke noticed the fire spreading quickly. Despite struggling to breathe, he ran to the neighboring building to warn residents, ensuring they all got to safety.
Fire! Get out! Oh, fire, fire. Get out. Seriously, fire.
Evan, fire! Evan!
Get your kids and get out. There's a fire next door.
Thanks to the bravery of the officers, only one person sustained minor injuries and was treated and released from the hospital the same night. Unfortunately, 2 historic buildings were destroyed in the fire, and the cause was never determined. What this police officer did for a homeless woman will move you.
Do you have stuff in your coat right now? No?
On December 6, 2020, a Wisconsin police officer was called to arrest a woman accused of stealing items from a store. It was a routine call for the area, but that day, the officer was in for a big surprise. This woman had a reason for what she did.
Do you have stuff in your coat right now? No? Okay. Employees said they saw you stuff from your basket into your jacket.
No, I just went and I just put all my stuff back because I was supposed to be my other half here and he never showed up. I just tried calling him, actually.
Okay, so if we search your jacket, we're not going to find any items? I'll give you an opportunity right now to take everything out. But it's going to be your one and only opportunity.
If you take everything out right now, we won't even press charges. We'll just give you no trespass.
I think that's a fair deal.
The woman handed over the items and revealed her name, Jamie, but the officer could tell there was more to her story. Jamie's eyes showed pure desperation. December in that city is freezing cold, and for her to be stealing gloves and a hat, she must have been struggling to survive on the streets. This moved the officer deeply. While he didn't condone what she had done, he understood why she did it. What he did next surprised everyone.
You don't have hat or gloves? I'll buy these for her.
Thank you, serious. Thank you.
But don't do this, okay? I know it's tough, but there's other ways.
It's just...
Call us for help, all right?
The items Jamie had taken were worth no more than $10, so the officer decided to buy them for her. But with one condition: she could never steal from that store ever again. It turned out Jamie had only taken the items because she was freezing outside. While her actions couldn't be excused, the officer showed compassion and empathy for her situation. Jamie was overwhelmed with gratitude. The store chose not to press charges, and while she was banned from returning to the shop, the kindness of that officer left a lasting impression on her. This officer went above and beyond, saving the life of a homeless woman and her baby.
Okay. Why? What's going on?
I'm pregnant, I'm homeless, and I'm done.
Would you like to sit down and have your food, or you want to come out?
What do you mean?
It all started when the Columbus police received a call from a woman asking for a ride to a rehabilitation clinic. When the officer arrived, he found a pregnant homeless woman struggling with drugs. Without hesitation, he stepped in to help. But after taking a closer look at her situation, he made a decision that many would have overlooked.
Are you hungry? You want to go get a burger on the way? Are you in a huge hurry to get in there, or you want to take an extra 10 minutes?
I'm fine taking an extra 10 minutes. I'm always hungry.
All right. I think there's a McDonald's down here that's open. And I'm kind of hungry.
Yeah. Been a busy night.
It has been. And I started off hungry, so...
That's not a good combination.
No, I've been on a diet and I've lost like 26 pounds.
That's good.
Yeah, but the diet ends on Sunday and I'm already ready for it to be done. And I usually pack like extra protein bars and stuff in case I don't get time to eat.
Yeah.
But I ate that last night and I forgot to pack another one.
That's not good.
That's alright. I've still got food, but I don't feel like eating that right now. I didn't even realize it was already 4 a.m.
The woman was clearly heartbroken and devastated, and the officer quickly realized she was also battling hunger. He could have simply dropped her off at her destination, but he knew she needed more than that.
Would you like to sit down and have your food, or you want to come out?
What do you mean?
Yeah, if you want to come out and stand up and eat, or if you want to sit down. I don't know if you've been...
I'll stand
how tired you are. Here, we'll get up on the hood of the car.
Okay.
The two shared a meal, and the officer even offered her advice on how to build a better life and care for the baby. At one point, he understood what had led her to make such an important decision in the middle of the night.
Rather than off the street,
But I didn't want to leave my husband, like, we didn't want to be separated.
Well,
but
this is a little bit more important.
It's more important to take care of me and my baby. And he ripped up our marriage license tonight, pulled the blankets from me and took them all from me, and left. I said, all right, bitch, bet you'll never see me again. And he don't know that I left. He don't know where I went. And he'll have no way to contact me. Because if he calls Mary Haven, they won't let him know that I'm there, and they don't allow any visits or anything there while you're there. So nobody knows that I called you guys but my mom.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom's not going to tell him.
And you don't plan on seeing him anymore?
Nope.
They continued on to the clinic, and when they arrived, her gratitude was written all over her face.
All right.
Thank you very, very much.
You're welcome. Good luck with everything.
Safe.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Fantastic. Great work.
Thank you.
All right. Hopefully I don't see you anymore.
What this officer did that night will undoubtedly leave a lasting impact on her life. This dog got stuck on the second floor and could have faced a tragic end if this police officer hadn't stepped in.
How can we get up there? It's okay. It's okay, buddy.
It all happened on March 30th, 2019, when Cleveland police arrived at a house and found a horrifying scene. A dog was dangling off the side of the house, its collar caught on the railing of a second-floor balcony. Neighbors were frantic but couldn't free the dog from the situation. They explained that the owner wasn't home and the door of the balcony was locked. Apparently, the dog had seen something on the street that caught its attention, tried to jump down for a closer look, and ended up stuck like that. It was a desperate situation, but the officer acted quickly to prevent the injured animal from striking itself.
How can we get up there? It's okay, buddy. It's okay, buddy. It's okay. It's okay, buddy.
By then, the dog was exhausted from trying to hold its weight, and it seemed like there was no hope for survival. But the officer made a swift decision. A less compassionate officer might have walked away without lifting a finger to help, but that wasn't the case here. Even with the difficulty of the situation and no way to cut the collar, the officer was determined to save the dog.
It's okay. I got me. Come here, buddy. Come here, dog. Come here, pup. I got you. Got you. You guys want to come up on their shoulders? How about shut up, radio? It's close.
I'm gonna give you a boost, brother.
Not right now, please.
Got him. All right, he's coming down. Coming down. I got poop all over me.
The animal fell head first, but thankfully, it wasn't seriously hurt. The officer ended up covered in dog feces and needed a clean set of clothes. But he didn't care. He was just grateful to have saved the dog's life. The absent homeowner also had another pet, so Cleveland Animal Control took both animals into custody, ensuring they wouldn't face such a dangerous situation again in the future. This cop had to arrest his own wife, and the reason is something no one could have ever imagined. Tap the screen right now to check out this story.